Hello, we're live, and it's Music Madness. Well, I haven't really bought a lot of records in the past this year at all, and if you could check my, let's see, yeah, okay, so I went to Fingerprints and I bought Ivy. It was like $20. It's kind of a it's pretty cheap. Online it would have probably been $10 more. And I got David Sylvian, and yeah, I've had this one a while, but yeah, New Order. I got like a couple New Order, Power, Corruption, Lies, the 81, 82 single, Sid Barrett, and that's that's pretty much it for this year. I mean, I've been kind of like listening to the fall a lot, so I got this book here. This is pictures, but I got the Excavate book too. It's by Bob Stanley, and so yeah, I've been kind of focusing on school and reading and stuff, and not so much with the records. So the records has kind of died out a bit. But yeah, I wanted you to like notice. Okay, so if you go to I was looking at this the other day, the Grammy Awards. Okay, so yeah, new artists is always gonna. Let's see, is this the right one? Okay, so yeah, when you look at today, you look at Adele, Taylor Swift, Beck. I mean, it seems to line up more with either popular Scorpion. Oh, Casey Musgraves one. So I mean, they kind of like when you look at uh the Grammys and like the award shows. I mean, everyone does the same thing. It's like a major production. They got like 100 dancers. The ripping band, if they have a band, it's like they come out and they do like they got like these days they got like a million video screens. They put on like a over the top show. So Harry Styles won. What year was that? 20. Uh, must have missed that. Taylor Swift. Yeah, I mean it's mostly like either the most popular person or just kind of hacks. But if you go back to the 70s, well, if you even go back to the 60s, I mean, okay, so okay, let's look. Okay, 67. Let's go back to 67. Okay, uh, Frank Sinatra won in 67, best album of the year. Yeah, I don't even. I mean, I'm not a Frank Sinatra expert, but is that really his best record? And he was going up against uh, Barbara Streisand, Maurice Jarre, the Dr. Zhivago Center. Okay, that makes sense. Herb Albert. Okay, Herb Albert was kind of like a thing back then. But the Beatles Revolver, isn't that like the only record from this time that we even listen to anymore? And Frank Sinatra beat him out. It's like, I mean, I think like every year, they had the Beatles and Frank Sinatra and when they went off, it was kind of like Frank Sinatra. And oh no, the only year that the Beatles won over Frank Sinatra was the Sgt. Pepper '68. But the Beatles were going up against. I mean, there's so many great albums in '67, '68, and we got like the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, not really my favorite album. Um, Frank Sinatra, Vicky Carr, Ed Ames. I don't even know who that is. Bobby Gentry. Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, that's okay. So you get to the '70s. It's like Carpenter, The Usual Suspect, James Taylor, Carole King, singer songwriters, Concert for Bangladesh. It's more like that. I don't think Nelson Smilton should have probably won that, but okay. So Intervisions. Okay, that's okay. Stevie Wonder. Okay, Intervisions is good. Songs of the Key of Life good. Fulfilling this. Ooh, what's on that record? Okay, I remember. Let's see. Let's see what. Okay, Biggie on Reggae Woman. Okay, that's not okay. Out of the three, that's like the least one, but he won album of the year because like Stevie Wonder. I mean, he did some good records, but we were sort of getting tired of And then Paul Simon, still crazy after all these years. He won over Genesee and Elton John, Linda Ronstadt, and Linda Ronstadt. If that had, um, well, yeah, You're No Good is like should have. I mean, that must have won like some award. I mean, I heard "You're No Good" by Linda Ronstadt. That was really good. So, okay, so Songs of the Key of Life. Okay, Stevie Wonder. Okay, Paul Simon. Throw him a bone. What he didn't win. Frank Sinatra and the Beatles were winning so many. They didn't. That was kind of like, okay, well, let's give Paul Simon some cred, and Elton John's can. Even though Elton John was probably better artist during the 70s. Uh, Oh, Simon Garfunkel did win in '71, so he's winning Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I don't know how they got in there, but Rumors, okay, but better than Aja by Steely Dan and the Star Wars soundtrack. I don't think so. Okay, so Rumors. Okay, so Rumors is kind of like the beginning of the Okay, so Saturday Night. Okay, that was a popular record. Okay, we got to give it, but it won over Barry Manilow, the Grease sound. This is when the soundtracks were getting, Jackson Browne, Rolling Stone, Some Girls. I would have went with Rolling Stone, Some Girl. That's probably the only record I like. I like the Bee Gees. I'm not. Okay, so that's '79. Okay, so it's a slow slide into really bad shit here. Okay, so 52nd Street by Billy Joel, is that really his best record? And then we have like the usual suspects, Doobie Brothers. This is like 1980. Billy Joel, Doobie Brothers, Kenny Rogers, Donald Summer. It seems like they did all their best stuff already. And then 81 was even lamer. Christopher Cross over Billy Joel again. Even Frank Sinatra comes back. Barbara Streisand, the guys from the 50s and 60s come back. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Not my favorite Pink Floyd record, but that should have probably won. And then Double Fantasy. Well, okay, well, let's give it to him because he died. And he's winning over, Steely Dan, Quincy Jones, Al Jarreau. I guess Al Jarreau is pretty good. Okay, then Toto wins next over John Cougar, Billy Joel, Paul McCartney, Don Fagen. He's not even. And then Michael Jackson. Okay, so Michael Jackson won over David Bowie. I don't know about that one. But I mean, Thriller is such a big album, and okay, so by '84 you sort of get like that's when you get sort of hipper. They kind of like, okay, let's quit, let's move on to the new thing. Michael Jackson, David Bowie, even though they've been around for a while. Billy Joel is in there. The Police, Synchronicity. Yeah. And Flashdance, I guess that's pretty good. I get I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, since I listened to like a soundtrack album. Okay, and then it's Cyndi Lauper, Prince, Bruce Springsteen, Tina Turner is like the next year. Phil Collins won Best Record of the Year. Okay, so and Paul Simon. Okay, so they're going back to the thing, but I mean, I think it was '84 that they had Herbie Hancock Rocket on there, and that basically the guys were just going up there and playing with the symphony orchestra or whatever they were doing. But you look at all those records, especially, I mean, John Lennon, he's like dead. He doesn't need an award. Christopher Cross, Toto, come on. Toto was just a bunch of guys probably formed while they were kind of waiting for some other guy to come along. Okay, so I mean, that's why there was kind of. I mean, that's why punk rock came along. I mean, there was because like I mean, I'll just offhand. I mean, Gary Newman, John Fox Ultravox, Wire 154, Joy Division, Echo and the Bunnymen. I mean, none of these records were even like close to see. Okay, so it's 1979. Okay, so yeah, Talking Heads, Fear of Music, great record. Give them an award. Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures, great. Wire 154, Raincoats, B-52. The B-52s get no respect, you know. Come on, man, you know. So that was more the music I was listening to. Okay, so what we got? Okay, Remain in Light. Okay, that blows away anything from Rumors to Thriller, you know. Remain in Light, Joy Division, Closer, XTC, Black Sea, Bauhaus in the Flat Field. Some people like 17 Seconds is definitely a great record. What else? Is that it? The Feelies, the Soft Boys. Okay, well, that was maybe a little niche. Okay, 81. This is like Christopher Cross's record. Okay. Mission. Okay, so Gang of Four and Psychedelic Fear is the. I don't even know what the hell. I don't even know what that record is. Okay, so let's just go to 82. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so 82. Okay, yeah, let's throw in the Fall even. Hex, Induction Hour, The Damn Strawberries, not their best record, but Machine Gun. Let's throw Machine Gun Etiquette's pretty good. Psychedelic First for Forever Now even has like Todd Rundgren and Flo and Eddie singing on it. The Cure, Pornography. That was kind of more where I was. You know, Pere Ubu, The Damned, The Fall, The Talking Heads, Bauhaus, Iggy Pop, Zombie Birdhouse, Killing Joke, Sonic Youth, first record. Even Bow Wow Wow was like, you know, like that's why when you were, you know, a music guy and you're kind of like going crisscross. I mean, even Pink Floyd. I mean, I like Pink Floyd now, and I always liked Sid Barrett, Pink Floyd. That's why I have this record, and I listened to it recently too. Because I like Sid Barrett, but you know, like that time from Rumors to Thriller, there was like it was about 4 or 5 year period where just the Grammys kind of represented just like, you know, kind of schlocky kind of stuff, or you know, come on, giving an award to John Lennon. He doesn't need like a Grammy, you know, like that's pretty sad. Toto, John Lennon. Um, anyway, so you know, if anybody's out there, you know, like listen to The Fall. You know, they put out 25, 30 albums. They're all great. You know, they have a lot of books. There's documentaries about them. Check that out. Let's see what else. What was great? Let's see. I mean, you know, I was like losing the faith. I mean, like now. I mean, now these days. I mean, oh yeah, and then the REM started coming along, and Cocteau Twins in '83. Oh, Power Corruption Alliance. I have it right here. I just showed it to you. The Fall, Perverted by Language. I mean, the Fall was this is like really good time for the Fall, Perverted by Hex Induction Hour or whatever. Um, yeah. So yeah, we're okay. So there's that. So yeah, school's still going on. Not much to say. I'm back at Long Beach State. I took a test today. Did got an, I think. Oh yeah, I got an A on the test. This astrology test. But yeah, everything's going good. You know, I tried to wash a. I put this little rug in a. I guess the rubber came off and it exploded and like made a big mess. And I already made a big. I dropped some sour cream and on the rug, you know, so I had to wash it, and then okay, so I had to toss that out. So that's okay. And other than that, yeah, things are good. So, you know, February's almost over. I'm going to, you know, Saturday I'm going to Freeze. I'm going to see a band too on Saturday. That's the first time, third show of the year, and then Freeze. And I went to Museum of Latino Art in Long Beach on what was it, Sunday, and I went to Fingerprints. So So I'm being kind of suspicious. So I'll probably go back to Orange County Museum of Art to see Sophie Kell again, just with regular people. Okay, so that's it. Good night.